begins. Okay. And we've already got one viewer. Excellent. Tuesday stream, and I think I might actually pick up streaming on Sundays more often.
Hey, Mr. Jensen, what a night, huh? I made the rounds. Some punks tried to tag the building, but no major damage.
Mr. Jensen, sure is good to see you. Mr. Seraph assigned us to watch the building.
Not for long, fucknob. Not if this UN resolution goes through. Not with the Bilderbergs, the Council of Five, and the Trilateral Commission making the rules. You can add Humanity Front to that list because they're the ones with their evil overlord Bill Taggart, who disguises himself as a healer of the sick. They're the ones who are pushing for this resolution. This is all by design, followers. They're gonna drop a police state on your ass faster than you can say fucking, I don't know, neuropazine. But I digress.
Of course, the original Deus Ex death theme. Anti-augmentation riots erupt worldwide. North America, Europe, Africa, Middle East, protesters, violence erupted. Allied footage, Detroit. Boy. Hello and welcome. The craziest thing is that everything Lazarus is saying is more or less true in the world of Deus Ex. That's just how fucking insane the setting is. Yeah, Tuesday, I actually managed to make it on time for my stream, which is all good. And I think with longer games, I might actually end up picking up streaming more often just to make sure we get through them in a timely manner.
Welcome home, Mr. Jensen. You have new messages.
Apparently that's not all I have. Make yourself at home, boss.
It's a fucking mess out there, Adam. You seen the news? Picus is telling everyone we're breeding super soldiers. Taggart's at the convention center right now, urging the UN to investigate.
Is it true?
Of course not.
Except for the Typhoon, right? And a few of those defense contracts.
What?
Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Megan's team was kidnapped right before her research went public. How do you explain that one, boss?
I wanted people to see that research. Megan was on the brink of something historic. Something that would have catapulted this company to the top of the Fortune 500. Her kidnappers knew it. They knew exactly where her research would take us. And they refused to let anyone else have that much power.
Anyone else? Eliza was right. You do know more than you've told me.
I suspected. But these people? They're like ghosts. Always in the shadows. Always hiding behind lies and proxies.
Who are they?
A name won't mean much. They'll use whatever one suits their interests. Sometimes it's the Masons. Sometimes the Bilderberg Group. They've had a finger in every corporation, organization, or government initiative that's defined modern society.
You're talking about... the Illuminati?
It's no joke. They're organized and they operate over and above society.
You're serious? So why would the Illuminati kidnap Megan's team?
I already told you. Megan found a way to make augmentation safer for all of us, so we can all become like you.
Like me?
Like... you are. More than human. We've got to get him back at him.
You said Taggart is speaking at the convention center right now?
Bitch even sent me an invite.
His aide, Sandoval, is neck deep in this.
I don't know where Sandoval is, but Taggart will. Adam, you've got to handle this delicately. We don't know Taggart is involved, and we can't afford another punch in the face. I'm trusting you with this one.
No new emails. Let's see. Nothing new in the stash. I already read that.
Re-establishing security. See you soon, Mr. Jensen.
Jensen! You asshole! You cost me my job!
Slow down. What happened?
What happened? They found out I let you into the morgue. That's what happened. They canned me.
Wayne, I'm sorry. You didn't deserve any of this.
Damn right I didn't. That's the second time you screwed me over.
I know. And I want to make it up to you for everything you've been through. Sarif Industries lost a lot of good people in the last 6 months, and we could use someone like you.
Oh, really? You're not saying that just to say it.
Talk to HR. Tell them I recommend you. Corporate security pays more than being a cop, and you won't be stuck behind a desk.
Jeez, yeah. Okay. I need the work, but this better be on the level.
It is. None of this is your fault, so let me make it right.
Yeah. I should sit down, you know? It's been a long week, and then all this crap, but thanks. I mean it.
On these experiments, this company prides itself on maintaining.
Let's see, what do I got in? Right, I need to make some sales.
Welcome to the Detroit Automated.
I ain't seen the footage, but that shit could be doctored easily. These people are probably freaking out for nothing.
You know, what if it's true, man? An army of cog soldiers? Detroit will be a police state in no time. Nazism, man, right here in the U.S. of A.
Stop jumping to conclusions. Don't be a sheep like the rest of this mob. Goaded on by Taggart and his purist cult.
They ain't a cult, man. They just believe in preserving what God gave us.
Apparently they don't care about causing millions of dollars in damage to the city. Bunch of opportunists, if you ask me. Not exactly a great day to be a Detroit citizen.
Can't have shit in Detroit.
What are you? Some advanced robotic cop or something?
I mean, Jensen is more or less RoboCop. Only without the full body conversion.
You wait for them to save you? I promise you, you'll learn to fear the machine men. They're among us. Hidden in plain sight. And their masters mold the way we think. They spew their poison into your ears and you listen. You can no longer tell the difference between the truth and their lies. There's no shelter. It will find.
Just need to keep walking, and eventually side quests will start popping up.
You okay, sweetheart?
I'm a little shaken up, but I'm just glad we got off the street.
I almost shit myself there.
I think there's at least 2 to 3 side quests for every hub level.
What'll it be? Always a pleasure.
Jensen, Sarif had me hack the convention center security logs for you. Sandoval signed out. He isn't there.
Taggart will know where he went.
You really think he'll tell you in the middle of a riot? In front of all the media?
He will if I ask real nice.
Well, if that doesn't work, he also has a dressing room backstage. Seems to me a man like Taggart must keep close track of his employees. Speaking of which, I also backtraced that breach in our own firewall. The one Sarif opened but forgot to tell us about.
The one he was using right before he hired me. Right.
Looks like our boss was being chatty with a private detective named Brent Radford. He lives on Earl's Court. In case you want to get chatty with him, too.
Welcome to Lim International.
Dr. Chechery, call 217.
Will you be purchasing
Dr.
anything
Chechery,
today?
Call 217.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Let's see, boop. Boop. Ta-da. hacking is very useful. Flash suppressant and EMP suppressant is also pretty useful, but right now I think I've got all the majorly useful AUGs and I don't need to worry about too many others. Though I probably should invest into the rebreather because there will be a few areas with gas. Right, let's see. Side quests first. So how are you today, Dystopia? Sleepy. Stayed up way too late last night. I actually got a decent sleep because I had an appointment with my psychiatrist today. Yeah, it's more just a bit more or less at this point, just keeping things up to date, so I can keep my benefits, paperwork, and government bureaucracy. You know.
Jensen, oh, Christ!
Brent Radford.
In the flesh, for now.
How do you know my name? What happened here?
Answers for favors. There's a trauma kit I keep somewhere around here. Find it.
You need a doctor. I'll get help.
No time. They could be back any minute. Find the kit quickly if you want answers.
I'll be back.
Did you find the kit? Oh, sweet Jesus, the pain. Morphine.
This should help with the pain. Now tell me what's going on.
Those sons of bitches. I should have seen it coming. I knew from the moment Sarif got spooked that this case would come back and bite me in the ass.
Sarif. So you're the investigator he hired to run a background check on me?
Detective. Or I was, until... Christ, fuck it. It hurts enough just trying to breathe. Point is, the goons that did this to me, professionals. I think your boss pissed off the wrong people, trying to dig up your dirt.
What people? What did you find?
No time to go into details. My storage unit, the sons of bitches. They're headed there now. Sarif had me uncover a ton of shit on you. Stuff even you don't know. Your parents, your real parents. The tests, the fire. What are you, Jensen? Some kind of freak?
Focus, Radford.
I mothballed the case in storage. It's in an alley. Behind the bank. Your files are there. But Michelle knows. Michelle knows more. You need to stop them. Fuck. You robot. This is all your fault. Give me another shot. Morphine. Or go fuck yourself.
Focus, Radford.
Ah, that hit the spot. I think I could get used to this stuff. Hey, I'm feeling a little more talkative. Already. Robot.
And that is how morphine addiction is formed, kids?
Radford, I know you're in a lot of pain, But it's important you give me as many details as you can.
There's a storage unit in the alley, next to the bank, near the police department. That's where the suits are headed. I tried. Didn't give them anything. There's a safe. It has what you want. It'll get you to her. It'll lead you to her, to Michelle. The safe. They don't have the right combination. 4062. Remember.
You mentioned someone named Michelle. Who's Michelle?
Your guardian angel.
Who is she?
Tell me, do robots even believe in angels? Or did they take that out of you? Did they take that away? You know, your soul, when they built you? Tell me, what was it like when you died, Jensen?
I know you're in a lot of pain, and the morphine is...
Just find her before they do. You owe her that much.
Who did this to you?
Guys in suits. One of them, David or Daniel, something like that, British accent. He was in charge. Talked about a Mr. Gray. They were in a hurry. 4 of them. Not counting the one they left behind. Well-armed, disciplined. I didn't stand a chance. Maybe that metal corpse you call a body will do better than mine did.
What were they looking for?
You, robot. They wanted my information on you. Someone powerful has their eyes on you and is very interested in your past.
Why did Sarif stop the investigation? You said he was spooked. What spooked him?
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you. Hell, even I don't. I still don't believe it. You believe in ghosts, Jensen?
Sarif was spooked by ghosts.
Close enough. Illuminati. Conspiracies, theories, it's all bullshit. But you stink of it, Jensen. Enough to have your boss, one of the most powerful men in the world, look away. You're a ghost. A fucking tragedy. Everything you touch, everything that touches you, dies.
I'm leaving, but I'll call in an ambulance. You'll be okay.
No. Those fucking animals. I can't move anything. I was turning around, pulling my gun when the first bullet hit me. The second one, they fucking paralyzed me.
I'm sure it's not as bad as you think. It might be a reaction to the morphine.
I know what morphine does. I also know what a 9mm round fired at less than 10 meters does to the thoracic vertebrae on impact.
You need a doctor. They can fix that.
I ain't turning into no freak. Even if I could afford the surgery, the augments, I'd rather die than be half a machine. And I sure as hell ain't gonna live the rest of my life in a wheelchair, shitting in a goddamn diaper.
Radford.
Listen, I know there's still a few more morphine shots. Another 2 should do the trick. Please, this is as close as I'm gonna get to begging you. Don't leave me like this. You owe me that much.
I'm sorry, Radford. I won't do it.
What is this? Some Asimov first law bullshit? What'd they do, robot? Program mercy out of you? Or you just too much of a chicken shit to get your hands dirty? Hey, robot, did you change your mind? Either finish me off or get the fuck out of my face. Just let me die in peace.
Why do you hate augmentation so much?
Because it ain't right. You can't go changing the way things are. You can't replace the real thing with an imitation. It ain't right. It ain't natural.
It can save your life.
No, you lose more than what gets left behind on the chopping block. You should know this by now.
I understand. But technology, it's different now. It can help you. You could still live a normal life.
A normal life? What would you know about a normal life? Did technology really help you, Jensen? I think it made you a monster. Sarif didn't give you your life back. He just made you better at taking it away from others.
Alright.
I don't think you really want to die, Radford. I think you're just scared. I was scared too. I didn't ask for any of this, just like you didn't ask for a bullet in the gut. But you can't blame me, or Sarif, or technology for what's happening here.
I wouldn't be in this mess if it wasn't for you and your damn past. I never should have taken the job, but I needed the work, the money. Even if I wanted to, I can't afford the fucking augmentation surgery. And I can't live like a cripple for the rest of my life.
Living through adversity is what makes us human. It's not flesh and blood or even bone that defines us. I might be more machine than flesh, but I'm still alive. I'm still human.
You got heart for a robot. I'll give you that. Tell you what, I'll play along with this little after-school special you got going on here. I'll get through this, but not because of this lovey-dovey bullshit charade. I'll live for the truth, for revenge. Whoever hired those suits, I'm going after those sons of bitches. I don't care how deep this rabbit hole goes.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah. And Jensen, I don't know how bad you think your wounds were, but your boss, your friend Sarif, they butchered you. Went too far with the operation. You were an experiment, a test. But he's the one that made you a weapon. Almost makes me feel bad for you. Almost.
Okay, now, Jensen's right. It's not flesh and blood that makes you human. It's your experiences, how you handle things. What makes a human being is the unique set of experiences they have lived through. And Jensen has gone through quite a few experiences. Radford, however, isn't also wrong in that...
You wait for them to save you?
Richard, I located Radford. He was attacked by men in suits. Private security, Secret Service types. I'm going after them.
What about Radford? Did you get anything out of him?
He's in pretty bad shape. You need to call it in, get an ambulance to his apartment stat.
Got it. And Jensen, don't get yourself killed, okay?
Oh, Francis. I didn't know you cared.
Don't flatter yourself. I care about the security of this company. You getting yourself killed compromises that. So don't be stupid.
Of course he is. I know Mr. Gray is landing tonight. We're working on it, yeah. I've got you covered! Stop!
Forwarding you a copy of Mr. Gray's travel itinerary. It's imperative that you extract the information. Can't afford to tip off the target or Sarif. I trust you'll due diligence before Mr. Gray reaches Detroit. Wimbledon, Singapore, Prague, London. Prague. Photographs, revolver ammo, credit shit. Fire destroys White Helix Labs. Twisted Cedar, you're a Michigan general manager. White Helix Labs toll-free line. Recovery operations are currently ongoing. VersaLife. Ah, yes, Deus Ex's VersaLife.
Access granted.
And that is what it's like having full hack. Let's see. Psych evaluation, already read that. Hot off the presses. Paternity test. Paternity test. Easy. Arthur Jensen. Lied on the insurance of the policy of this employer, White Helix. Michelle Walters. Living in Detroit now on Brooklyn Court. She's senile. Ew. So, who wants to go talk to a senile old woman? I'm sure it's going to be heartbreaking. Who's ready to have their heart torn out of their chest?
Between the truth and their lies.
Me, I do. Well, you Dystopia, you're always down for getting your heart torn out of your chest, if I recall. You're a big fan of Full Metal Alchemist, and that series is basically designed to rip your heart out of your chest. And I can prove it with just 2 words. The 2 words, Dystopia? Maze Hughes. No matter how many times you go through a Full Metal Alchemist, you are never prepared for what's about to happen to him. Ever. Ever. Well, back to the game.
Did I leave my door open? Wait, you're not from Rolling Mills. You're too handsome to be from Rolling Mills.
No, I'm not. Mrs. Michelle Walters, is it? My name's Adam Jensen.
No. You much too old to be him. You must be from Rolling Mills. And please, it's Miss Walters.
Brent Radford sent me. Do you remember him? He's a detective.
Yes, lovely gentleman. He still has my photos of Adam when he was a baby. Oh, could you be a dear and fetch them for me? I forgot who has them, though.
Are these the photographs?
Oh, yes. Thank you. I haven't seen Adam Jensen in such a long time. Forever, it seems. Such a happy baby.
Miss Walters, can you tell me about the boy in those photos?
The boy in those photos? Adam. Tragic, really, what happened to his parents. His real parents.
His real parents?
They died in that fire. Horrible, really. I was there. At least those other cribs were empty. I only had to save Adam.
Mrs. Walters, I really need you to focus. What are you talking about?
Why, I already told that nice detective all this already. About the experiments and the fire at White Helix Labs. We knew Adam was special. That's why his parents started the fire, so they didn't do the same thing to the next batch of babies.
So Adam's real parents were trying to protect him. But from what?
Why, from the conspiracy, of course. But I've said too much. Would you be a dear now and go fetch my dinner?
This is always the hardest part for me in the game because this is the only way to get more information, but I feel like such a fucking scumbag for using the pheromone thing on this senile old woman. Just it's scummy as hell, but we need the information.
I would love to hear more about the boy in those photographs.
Such a polite and handsome young man. It'll be my pleasure. The boy in the photo, Adam. Jensen was never really his last name, you know. We only gave that to him after the fire.
Fire?
At White Helix Lab. That's where Adam's real parents worked. At least I think they were his parents. All those babies, the gene therapy they went through, but Adam, oh, Adam was special.
Special? How?
He survived what they did to those babies. He was one of a kind. Then, when we heard they were going to use him to inoculate the next batch of infants...
Wait, what were they doing to the babies?
Wish I could remember. I was just part of a nursing staff. But Adam's parents, they started the fire. Yes, I remember that. They asked me to hide Adam. Then they started the fire. Poor things. They never got out in time.
So they started a fire at White Helix Labs. And you hid me.
No, not you, dear. Adam Jensen. Or at least I think that was his name. Well, I gave him to the Jensens to raise. They were a lovely couple.
Miss Walters, my Adam's real parents, who were they?
I'm sorry. What were we talking about? Oh, when are them Rolling Mills people gonna get here with my dinner?
Thank you for your time, Miss Walters.
Oh, before I forget, if you see Adam, could you please give him this? It's for all the birthdays and Christmases I've missed. I've been saving them.
I can't.
You've done enough for him, Mrs. Walters. I'm sure he'd want you to keep the money.
So nice of you. Like Mr. Radford and Adam. You know, they called him a genetic marvel. He was ahead of his time. They was hoping to tear out so much from his DNA, but we stopped him. Oh, yes, we did.
I can't take money from this senile old woman. Would it be polite?
Pritchard, I need you to assign a temporary security detail to an apartment on Brooklyn Court until I can figure out a more permanent solution. The woman's name is Walters, Michelle Walters.
Security detail? What the hell, Jensen? Who is this woman?
She's family, but she's vulnerable. I'll explain later. Just do this for me, please. And not a word to Sarif. Can I trust you on this, Pritchard?
Christ, Jensen. All right. I'll do it. But there better be a damn good reason for this.
There is. I'll fill you in next time I see you. But right now I need to get back to work. And Pritchard, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody who fucking messes with Jensen is getting a. That reminds me. But yeah, I do not have the moral fortitude to take money from a senile old woman, no matter how much it's actually intended for Jensen. She needs that money more than Jensen does.
What you want?
I'm a friend of Greg Thorpe.
Really? Okay, I give you the egghead discount.
Where's the explosive upgrade?
See ya.
Did I just miss? Why? Target leading system, cooling system, burst run. There we go.
Be sure to tell all your friends. Just not the cops.
Now, we combine this with this. And now we have a gun that does maximum fucking damage.
How may I be of service? See you soon.
Alrighty then.
Everything seems to be under control in the convention center.
And Taggart?
He's on stage now. His protection is deep. Only those with VIP passes can get by the guards.
We'll just stay here and make sure none of those hooligans try to sneak in the back door.
What? Nah. Besides, canonically, according to the,
What is it?
Bill is really changing the world for the better. Or changing it back to what it used to be. To before these people started poisoning their bodies. Or to use his words, their divine engines.
See, I have no problem with amputees wanting to get augmentations.
Especially our soldiers. That's the least they deserve after defending our country. Like Taggart's patient, Ezekiel.
Right. And what happened to Ezekiel? He got himself a new limb that sent him into a spiral of despair because of the drugs. Essentially, what Bill Taggart is asking is, do we really want to have a world filled with addicts being forced to pay exorbitant amounts of money to a bunch of corporate neuropozyne pushers?
I just don't get why certain people have this loony idea that augmentations will make the world better.
Well, as you can see by what's going on out there, they have a lot of work to do to convince the world.
Well, you've just heard William Taggart speak, and isn't he a smooth talker? He doesn't want you to better yourselves. He wants to limit you. He wants the government to have jurisdiction over your body. You want to get augmented? Oh, no. I'm sorry, but we're not gonna let you. You're not gonna let me? Ha! And do you know how he's gonna influence legislation? How he's going to convince you this is really what you want? With fear! He's already started! Look outside, in our streets. Who do you think whipped up that frenzy? And I don't blame them, I blame people like Taggart. People who are constantly trying to divide us by our differences, instead of uniting us by our similarities. Listen, I've been a victim of this anti-Aug backlash. attacked simply for having been to a limb clinic. By people who were not augmented. People with an axe to grind. And do you know who saved me? An augmented man, a stranger! So you tell me where the real danger comes from. The Humanity Front is just that. A front. A front for hate-mongering and William Taggart's irrational need to keep us in the Dark Ages. I'm not here to tell you that augmentations will make the world a better place. I'm here to stand up for my right to choose.
Honestly, yeah. A lot of what this lady's saying makes sense.
I just can't subscribe to Taggart's Neanderthal opinions. It's like he thinks human development is a sin.
I can't believe there are still people out there with such backward mentalities.
This UN resolution he wants passed is persecution, plain and simple.
Agreed. He loves to claim over and over again what a peaceful organization Humanity Front is. But just look outside. In a non-direct way, he's promoting this kind of reaction.
Well, there have always been nuts like Taggart trying to stop human progress. But by the end of the day, the human need to explore always wins out. He'll be a relic in no time.
I hope you're right. I'm just wondering when Hugh Darrow is going to come out of his shell and take a position. It seems like this whole resolution is on hold until he speaks up.
Hey, are you able to get in to hear Taggart's speech?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how it happened. One second it was a peaceful demonstration near the limb clinic. The next, people are running towards Sarah and grabbing anything they could.
Instead of uniting us by our similarities.
You don't have to get uppity just because I don't agree with you, miss.
I'm not getting hot. It just frustrates me how some of you pro-humanists act so superior. Like you have all the answers to every ethical question ever posed.
Well, who are you to think you can just turn yourself into robots, abuse drugs, and then think you can function freely in our society?
You and that asshole Taggart just try to take away my freedom and see what happens.
Some people just need to calm down.
Like you, buddy. What the fuck? She was saying that people should have the right to choose, and you accuse her of wanting to turn herself into a robot, abuse drugs, and then say that she shouldn't be able to function in society? Jeez, man, you're a fucking asshole. Yeah, are we in agreement? This guy right here? Fucking asshole. You're cool.
Sorry, but I need to finish this discussion.
You're walking away from the discussion. You're not finishing it.
Cost for that disposal.
Yep. Backstage area is completely blocked off. Even the janitor can't get back there now.
What about the air vents?
You're kidding, right? Have you seen the size of those vents? You expect a contortionist or midget is going to try to assassinate Taggart?
Don't get smart.
How does Jensen fit through the air vents? Like, have you seen the absolute size of this lad?
You got a lot of nerve showing your hands or face here.
Fucking rude.
Human evolution is a fantasy, but that is exactly what I am telling you. As a world...
Where's your sidekick, Taggart? 6 months ago, Sarif Industries was attacked by mercenaries whose objective was to cripple our research. But I've learned the attack was just a smokescreen. Megan Reed's team was kidnapped, and Isaiah Sandoval, your personal aide, was involved.
That is ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for Mr. Jensen's intrusion, and I assure you that these accusations are without basis.
Are they?
This is Sandoval. Why are you calling me here?
There's been a change of plans. Serif's team must not make it to the hearing.
But that's too soon. If you want me to remove the GPLs, I'll need a full operating suite. Does the facility have one?
That's your man, Taggart. Talking about removing implanted GPL devices so that the people who took Sarif scientists could cover it up.
I see what's going on here. Sarif Industries has received 2 black eyes in the last few days. The first, due to the shocking news coming out of Montreal that biotech companies are secretly participating in unethical super soldier experiments. And the second, as a result of their violent escalation of today's peaceful protest. David Sarif and his corporate bedfellows are desperate and in imminent danger of losing the regulation vote, so this man has been sent here to attack my reputation.
I'm right here, Taggart. Look at me. I admit, I wouldn't feel bad if your reputation was damaged in front of the press, since you've been doing the same to my colleagues for years. But that's not why I'm here. Sarif scientists are alive, and it's time for the truth to come out.
The truth, Mr. Jensen, is that this recording of yours proves nothing. It could have been made by anyone in the world with a grudge against Humanity Front, and you are our prime suspect.
You're right, it's not enough to get a conviction. But it's enough for a search warrant. That's all I want, Taggart. Why are you standing in the way?
I'm not. I'm trying to protect... Look, Mr. Jensen. If you play that recording for the police, at best, they'll dismiss it. At worst, they'll tell you to seek counseling. So, why are you really here? We all know you suffered a terrible tragedy in the attack on Sarif Industries. Why can't you put it behind you?
Oh, this is a tough one.
You're right. Picking up my life after that surgery was the hardest thing I've ever done. Hell, first time I saw myself in a mirror, I smashed the damn thing. But I've gotten past it, because I know that what I need to do to make things right is help the other victims of that attack.
If you can't help yourself, how do you expect to be able to help anyone else? I saw this posture of yours countless times in my private practice. You're lost. You have no direction, and you have no idea how to get it back. So, in your mind, you've made me the ultimate enemy, imagining that if you knock me down, you'll get control of your life again. You're fooling yourself.
You want to talk about control, Taggart? Let's talk about yours. It takes a lot of discipline to stand up in front of the press every time a pro-augmentation company or clinic is assaulted and then deny responsibility. How does it feel to know your people are so out of control they would resort to violence like that?
How does it feel? Of course, it's terrible, but When I founded Humanity Front, I dedicated the organization to the memory of my wife Marjorie, who died trying to help a man addicted to augmentation surgery come to terms with his illness. Marjorie refused to resort to violence. So why would any member of this group do otherwise? We are simply not those kind of people. I wish I could make you see that, but I fear you are unable to comprehend nonviolent solutions.
I know about your wife's murder, Mr. Taggart, and how it led you to start Humanity Front. I've lost someone close to me too, but I have a chance to get her back. If Sandoval is involved in Megan's abduction in any way, he dishonored your wife's memory. For her sake, and for the sake of my people, I need to know where he is.
All right, Mr. Jensen. You're right. For Marjorie's sake, I can't risk tainting the integrity of what I built in her name. I'll help you find Isaias, and I pray that you are wrong about him. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but I'm going to have to beg your indulgence for a few moments more. If you will all please remain patient, I will return as soon as I can. Thank you. Mr. Jensen, I'll see you backstage.
And this is actually the canonical thing that happens according to one of the tie-in novels. Jensen outright confronts Taggart and talks to him directly.
Well-known biotechnology firms as Kusanagi, Isolay, and Sarah.
Mr. Jensen, I appreciate you allowing me to deal with this in a more discreet manner.
Save it, Taggart. You've wasted enough of my time as it is. Now where's Sandoval?
He has an apartment he uses when in this city, on Grand River Road. He mentioned he was feeling very run down, so I can only assume he went there.
I see.
He's not an evil man, Mr. Jensen. If he's done what you say, it's only because of his brother, Ezekiel. A man you might know better as Zeke Sanders.
Sanders? The man who attacked Sarah's manufacturing plant?
I knew nothing about it until after it was over, and then I tried. I tried to convince Isaias not to follow in his footsteps.
Good job.
Mr. Jensen, please. Isaias has done so much for so many needy people. People suffering from implant rejection. Promise me you will deal with him fairly.
That all depends on Isaias.
I understand, but please try.
Ah, it feels so good to have knocked him down a peg. Oh. And that is the reason why I never go in the back way. Getting Taggart to admit that he's not completely correct. Oh, it's great.
Stand up for my right to choose.
Is a visionary. How can you not see
when
that?
Hugh Darrow discovered the secret of
of the human race.
Anybody who proclaims themselves a protector of the human race immediately sets off warning bells and red flags in my mind.
I know you probably don't agree with what Mr. Taggart has to say, but you can't deny that he's a powerful speaker.
That's actually fair. That is a fair position. You are the only one here who agrees with Taggart, who hasn't been an asshole tonight. Congratulations. You are a decent individual.
Jensen, don't know how welcome someone like you will be in here. Watch your step.
I'm watching my step.
Come on, come on! Jensen? I almost didn't recognize you. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, what are the chances? Do you remember me? I was a rookie when you still rolled in SWAT.
Nikki. Of course I remember you. How you been? The brass got you on ride control too?
Yeah, I am. Or I was until... Damn it. Look, something big is going down, and I'm kind of freaking out here. You remember that MCBer, Jacob White? You busted him a couple of times.
Yeah, I remember him. Assault and possession. He's still running rackets?
No, I mean, yeah, shit, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter, because he's moved on to bigger things.
Nikki, slow down.
Listen, hear me out. I just got word he has his hands on some real military-grade explosives. The prick's got a fucking bomb, Adam. And you know how much he hates the PD. He's going to hit us while we have our pants down with the riots. You gotta help us out here.
Nikki, I'm kind of busy. If he's got a bomb, just call it in and follow procedure.
What do you think I've been doing? I've been on the horn all night, and my CO already sent a patrol over to Jacob's house. We've got a warrant, so they searched the place, but nothing came up, not even Jacob. Now they're saying my CI is probably full of shit and just fucking with me. Bullshit! Jacob's using the riots as cover, and he's going to hit us, and hit us hard. Adam, I need you to trust me on this. You gotta help me find Jacob.
Let's help out. I guess it gets us money.
Fine, I'll help. Let's go over what we know. Just the facts.
What we know? Just the facts? What we know is he's certified batshit crazy, hates cops, quotes Che Guevara, and got his hands on military-grade explosives. What more do you need to know? Oh, Christ, man. I've got nobody to help me, and I can't even breathe. How am I supposed to find this guy? The bomb could be right under us, right now!
Nikki, you're a cop. Act like it. How are you gonna earn your stripes if you shit yourself under pressure like some wet behind the ears rookie at the academy?
Fuck. You're right. Damn it. I'm sorry. I lost my head. I'm still in the game, Adam. It won't happen again. You can trust me on this.
Just focus, okay? We know that White hates cops, so his first target is probably gonna be the precinct or somewhere nearby. Make sense?
Yeah, and he wouldn't risk hanging around the bank or transit station. They've got those security cameras with facial recognition software. And the precinct is shut down thanks to the internal affairs investigation. That leaves the precinct alleys and sewers as the most probable places to find White. I'm going to get on the horn and update my CO. Can you check those 2 locations? And Jensen, be careful. White may have left booby traps lying around. He's like that, now that I think about it.
Got it.
I know it's a long shot, but I'm hoping we get backup to expand the search. In the meantime, we can check those areas, and who knows, maybe we'll catch a break. Oh, and Jensen, please don't turn him into a martyr. I'd prefer him breathing.
Okay, so on the one hand, ACAB. But on the other hand, typically with a lot of these individuals who think themselves some modern revolutionary and get their hands on explosive devices, they're not actually fighting the power. They're just making things worse and often at times getting innocent people caught in the crossfire. Like, property is just property, but people are people. And you can't hold value to people over property, so anything that risks people is not a good thing. Come on. What you miss? Just me talking philosophy about the nature of terrorism. We're on it. We've dealt with William Taggart. You probably missed it. You're gonna have to watch the VOD to see me verbally destroy him, because that's the canon thing, the way things went down. And now we're on a side quest to deal with a modern revolutionary who hates cops. On the one hand, ACAP. But on the other hand, there's an entire dissertation about how terrorism does not actually help the people, and it does more damage to them than it does anything else. Especially when you got somebody who has decided that explosive devices are the way to solve things.
Sorry, I can't let you into the station at this time.
But one of those hooligans stole my purse!
I understand, ma'am, but you're going to have to wait until tomorrow to file a complaint. The precinct is locked down.
And the precinct is locked down because we infiltrated it and stole from the morgue. Hooray!
It's just embarrassing, really. Like anyone can walk into the precinct and take whatever they want.
I know. What if this wasn't the first time? Some gang leader out here could have profiles of every cop on the force. They may even know where we live.
As long as the media doesn't get a hold of this. If they do, we're gonna get reamed in public by the mayor. You know how much the commission loves that.
We already got the feds in there, looking at us and shaking their heads like we're a bunch of naughty children. Hey, anybody ever tell you it's rude to eavesdrop?
I wouldn't loiter around here if I were you.
Loiter harder. I know I'm on the right way because I'm on the right track, baby. Da, 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 da. Hold on. No, come on. It's just Tina. Come on. Bed. Ziggy, bed. Oh, there's another one. I love how video game logic says that if you the more danger you find, the closer you are to the truth. Rise up, brothers and sisters. The state's grip may be tightening around the people's necks, but it can't choke everyone. The gang-warned derelict row is being provoked by the government to distract the people from the nuclear silos they're building below our feet. FEMA is the new intelligence wing of the Department of Defense, but I'm about to repay them. Oh yes, I've liberated explosives for the cause. Join me and help strike a blow against the government and their neo-fascist foot soldiers. Together we can reshape this once great nation. Okay, now he's not exactly wrong since with the knowledge of what we have from the first Deus Ex game, but at the same time, this guy's still clearly fucking crazy.
Access granted. Access granted.
And just like that, that's done and over with. Actually, I wonder, oh, right. There was a breakable wall that I wanted to smash. Smash! Let's see. Sleepwalking World, Illuminati, Secret Masters of the Planet, Fiction, this is not fiction, this is fact. World Peace, Place in Sovereign Nations, one want to control all of us. Sergeant Mitchell. I mean, clearly we're going to need to come back here at some point and grab. Oh. Wrong way. Okay, I'm going to need to come back here and grab some stuff. Actually, a quick break. I'll be right back. Alright, and back. Was just dealing with dogs.
How may I... See you soon.
Yeah, technically speaking, I have enough credits to last me till the end of the game, but at the same time, the more credits the better, because upgrades and everything.
There's a riot going on not far from here, in front of Seraph Plaza.
Whoosh. Honestly, I like it when games will allow you to sell to vendors to get money for things. It's just a good system. Wait, wrong way. I've played this game so many times and I'm still getting lost. It's just good business. Yeah. Oh, just remembered something else. I'll be right back once more. Yeah, no, you settle. I just remembered that I needed to get tonight's dinner out and thawing. I know what I'm doing, clearly. Who says I don't know what I'm doing? Is it chicken? Nah, it's bratwurst.
How may I be of service? Be sure to tell all your friends. Just not the cops.
We're gonna have fried onions and peppers with the sausage as well. Cause sausage. And we also got, like, good Texas-style hot dog buns to put these on. Not like store-made sausage buns to put them in.
I really appreciate you helping us out, Adam, but we're running out of time. We gotta find White before he blows something up.
I'm coming over for dinner. All the way from Kentucky, all the way up to Canada. I'd be impressed if you make it here in time.
We're in the clear. I left White unconscious in the sewers under the precinct.
Thank God. The chief finally took me seriously and is sending some men to help out. We'll take it from here.
Great. Anything else?
Oh, and it isn't much, but take this. The cops have a Deadpool going. I don't like it, but you take down a cop killer and you get a bounty, that sort of thing. I usually reserve this to pay off our CIs, but I think you earned it. I threw in a little something extra for bringing him in alive. It's good to know you're still one of the good guys, Jensen.
By the way, Nikki, White's bomb wasn't even explosive. It was a gas bomb. I managed to disable it, but you might want to get a disposal team down there to do a proper sweep and clean.
Ah, shit! I totally forgot about that. I'll get EOD on it right away. Last thing we need are more casualties. Man, I'm sure glad I bumped into you tonight. You're gonna have to let me buy you a pint down at Maggie's sometime. If I hang around you long enough, maybe some of that famous Jensen swagger will rub off on me.
Yeah, we'll do that sometime. Take care of yourself, Nikki.
Nora 92 to Central. Come in, Central. Over.
Nora 92, this is Central. Over.
That code 10 I called in earlier. It's actually gas ordnance. We need EOD down there for cleanup, stat. Tell first response to keep their hands off, and we should quarantine the block just to be sure. Over.
10-4, Nora 92. Thanks for the heads up. Stand by for updates. Central out.
And living in Virginia now. Almost heaven, West Virginia. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is so bad, older than the trees. I can't sing. God. Just don't. Hey, Dystopia, you know that server I invited you to with all my other friends? We have a Todd bot on there. So if you start typing in the lyrics to Country Roads, the Todd bot will start singing it with you. It also gets really angry when you mention how New Vegas is a good game, better than all the Bethesda titles.
You sure you closed the door? Yeah. Of course I did. What are you gonna have, idiot? You're not gonna make me answer that, are you?
Let's see, and just to be safe, I'm a Fallout 3 enjoyer, so I understand. Understandable. But I think I hit that guy so hard he became one with the wall. So just to be merciful.
You sure you closed the door? Yeah. Of course I did. What are you...
Yeah, the animation was a little fucky. Let's see. I've got the flash suppressant on, so I'm going to demonstrate. Fuck. Gauge. I'll take that. So he killed a Seraph diff employee, which is fucked. Five, 4, 6, 3.
Pritchard, looks like Sandoval's got a secret bunker. I'm gonna flush him out.
Let's hope he's still there.
Yeah, why would anyone come down here? I think they're afraid someone's gonna try to sneak a bomb into the doc's locker. I'd be more worried about what's in the doc's head than what's in his locker.
I am merciful. Yeah. Implant rebreather is up next on my list of augments. Alrighty then.
And this is why I urge every member of my staff, every man and woman dedicated to the true mission of the Humanity Front, to do the same. Isaias, if you're watching this, I beg you, do not allow misplaced anger to destroy everything we have struggled to achieve.
It's over. He knows I can't come back from that.
Everybody knows, Sandoval. You can't hide from what you've done.
What I've done, Mr. Jensen. I spent years patching people back together from augmentation botch jobs and systemic organ rejection brought on by implants. And now, because of Bill's betrayal, I'll never practice medicine again.
You really want to help someone? Tell me where Sarif's scientists are.
I wish I could, Mr. Jensen. But my involvement ended right after I failed to remove their GPLs.
You failed?
Turns out, my surgical skills weren't good enough to bypass David Sarif's insurance policy. So for all I know, those little implants are broadcasting right now, on a frequency so low your network specialist wouldn't think to look for it.
You changed the frequencies.
You have your answers, Mr. Jensen. And I've lost all of mine. The courts may think I have much to atone for, but my court will be a higher one.
How about I take that gun with me when I go?
You got everything you came for. Please, just leave.
Believe it or not, I'd rather you didn't kill yourself.
That's because you have no idea what tortures I've endured. The guilt, the shame. I was told the scientists would be used to find a peaceful solution to the augmentation crisis. Instead, I was involved in kidnapping and murder. My life ended that night. It's time for me to go.
Think about it. Are you really in such a hurry to face that higher court of yours?
At least there are no lies before God. Did you see that abominable press conference? William Taggart all but accused me of terrorism. He claimed that all the violence committed in the name of our cause was the result of my influence.
So stay alive long enough to tell him your side of the story.
He already knows it isn't true. I trusted that man. For years I gave him loyal service, and he betrayed me. He sacrificed my freedom and good name to save the reputation of his organization. It's no use fighting him. He'll just spin it again. At least if I die, he'll never be able to use me again.
Look, I understand your situation better than you think. I quit the force because I couldn't stand what the people in charge were doing to it. But they went to the press and told them I'd been the problem the whole time. Power always sacrifices its subordinates to save itself. But you have my word. You can get through this.
I appreciate your faith in me, Mr. Jensen. And remembering that others have gone through similar events can be helpful. But is it enough? Early on, I decided my life's purpose was to help people. But I failed as a doctor. Because by the time I see augmentation patients, it's too late. So I went to Humanity Front. And that wasn't improving anyone either. I was an idiot to think this would turn out differently from everything else I've tried.
I'm going to try inspiring him.
You've got to be kidding me. You can do anything you put your mind to. You've earned yourself a doctorate. You became second in command to one of the most powerful men in the country. And you still kept trying harder. You've got more spirit than most people who think they're successful.
Thank you, Mr. Jensen. I never thought of it that way. How did it come to this? People died in that kidnapping, and I helped plan it. I might as well have killed those people myself. I can no longer look my wife in the eyes, and she's the person I love and trust more than anyone in this world. There's simply no place for me among humanity anymore.
You think you're a failure, but you're not. You're just a man who doesn't understand his own potential yet. You can still channel your regrets into something positive. Be an example. Teach people why violence isn't the answer. You've suffered way too much to let all that experience go to waste.
I don't understand. We're enemies, but you want me to live. I deserve to die. In fact, I welcome it. But you won't let me go that easily. You've assigned me a task I cannot refuse. Take the gun. You win.
Pritchard, get this. The GPLs are still transmitting. Sandoval switched them to a lower frequency.
But they could be broadcasting anywhere in the world. I don't have the type of equipment we'll need to find them.
It's our only lead, Pritchard. You have to do something.
I know. Listen, the riot's still blocking the street entrance. Head back to your apartment and Malik will fly you over. Maybe by the time you get here, I'll have figured out something.
357 Python, but yeah. Jensen doesn't want people to kill themselves. And I've largely gone this entire playthrough without killing anybody.
You don't need to babysit me, Mr. Jensen. I have no intention of killing myself anymore. Nor will I resist arrest when the police arrive. I assume your people have already contacted them?
If they haven't yet, they will be soon.
Then go. Use the information I gave you to track down your scientists. With any luck, they will still be alive.
The men who kidnapped them, the soldiers?
I don't know who they were. Only last names. Barrett and Namir. I sensed they were highly trained professionals.
Working for who?
I didn't ask. My brother, Ezekiel, put them in touch with me.
Your brother? Not Taggart?
Bill wouldn't be so stupid as to get his own hands dirty. I see that now. He's like Teflon. Nothing ever sticks.
CEO of the Tai Yong Medical Corporation commented on the images. I want the world to know.
Let's see.
Access granted.
Take away the people's right to choose. Like when those commie Canadians nationalized their oil. Same shit, different stink. Wait, let me take that back about the Canuckers. They did take in our poor and outcasted and ostracized when they were shunned by their own government. Plus, Steve over there is one, and he's giving me the look of death. Hey, it's still up for debate whether most people would like to live in a filthy FEMA camp or Toronto, but I digress. Hey, listen, you could always go to Mexico, or I like to call it.
Yeah, the developers of Human Revolution and Mankind Divided were in fact Canadian. So those few little pot shots right there are mostly jokes at well, living in Canada. Ow. I don't know. I think living in Toronto would probably be better than living in a FEMA camp. I got shit to sell before we move on to the next objective.
What's your... See you soon.
What'd they do?
Welcome to the Detroit Automated.
Oh, right. Implanted rebreather.
Angry rioters took to the streets in several cities this evening after viewing controversial Sapien.
Nice detective work, Jensen. You ready to return to HQ?
Yeah. Let's hope Pritchard's found that frequency.
You said it. Hey, I got a message for you, Jensen. From Pritchard. He says he's not in the office.
Great. So what exactly am I supposed to do?
I don't know. He said you should check in with the boss.
Breeding a bunch of augmented soldiers and training them? What do they think stopping us from going home and throwing a bunch of rocks is gonna do?
Oh boy. These guys are...
Glad you're here, Mr. Jensen. Guess you didn't come in the front door, huh?
Christ. What's with this super soldier BS? I know we've done some work for the DoD, but come on.
Seraph?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam, we had to call in a favor of the DoD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief here? Your men did a good job securing this building when the riot broke out.
Aw, Athena's not here. Well, since she's not here, I'm gonna hack her computer. That's how you should treat all your secretaries.
Access granted.
Mr. Seraph's gift. Support, which Whatever augmentations he decides to acquire will be his choice and his alone. The patient and not the employer will be the one to decide whether a half-tested prototype augmentation should be included with it. All the others are not. Sincerely, Athena, as requested, here's the weekly project report from the Temp Labs. Can you let David know we're really trying, but there's only so much you can push people. Necessity knows no law except to conquer. Really only sounds good on paper. Do not, Labiers. Do not put that man through to me again, Athene. I do not care how much money he has or how influential his company is. I want nothing to do with him or the organization he represents. I've kept this company afloat and free of their influence peddling for years. I'm not about to start listening to them now. Oh yeah, De Beers! First Deus Ex game. I'm trying to remember which role he played. He wasn't definitely Morgan Everett. I think he might have been the anti-Illuminati thing. Oh, yeah, no, he's one of the bad guys. We don't even get to meet him we didn't even meet him in the first game. I think he was behind certain doors that that we weren't at a level high enough to access.
Boss said we're heading back to Hangshaw?
Pritchard tracks Savchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making big leaps for a while now.
Whatever you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in. Bad news, Spy Boy.
Spy Boy?
Hangshaw Traffic Control just revoked our clearance. We're being rerouted to another part of the city.
I don't like that. I suppose you can't just ignore them.
Yeah, right. Chinese government. I've got to comply. Bravo Echo Echo 008, proceeding to designated coordinates. What the hell? We've got a SAM locked on our tail. Jensen, all systems are down. Hang on, we're going in hard. Jump, Jensen!
And this is the part
Malik,
where...
we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. Gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay and cover you.
Negative! We need to get away from here and find Dr. Savchenko. I'll be fine.
You'll be a sitting duck.
Maybe, maybe not. But this is your best chance to slip by them unnoticed, and you know it. So get out of here, Jensen.
Oh yeah, no. Whenever I actually run on kill, and kill. I usually like to leave 1 or 2 people alive.
Jensen, the bird's fixed and I'm taking off. Now get on with the damned mission. And thanks, Spy Boy.
Anytime, Spy Girl.
That was pretty damn fast. Again, I've already beaten this game on non-lethal, and this is often the area where I will go full-on kill. Nobody messes with Malik and lives.
Jensen, I've been monitoring comm activity around Hengsha. Bell Tower's looking for you. Hard.
I know. They ambushed us, Pritchard. Forced us to make an emergency landing. Malik barely got away in time.
But they're supposed to be...
The good guys?
Just give them a wide berth, Jensen. If they recognize you, they'll shoot.
How traumatized do you think those two survivors are going to be?
Jensen, it's Pritchard. Have you been watching the news?
Been a bit busy, Francis.
Jensen, the World Health Organization is advising all augmented patients to check in with Lim. There's a problem with biochip technology.
The glitches I've been experiencing.
We've all had them. So far, I can't determine why.
You heading to a clinic?
I'm running a few more tests. But since I can't exactly run them on you, and we don't know when you'll be back, you might not want to wait. Up to you.
Have been flooding in from around the globe.
There's something screwy going on.
You here for recall? There is problem with the peripheral nerve interface. We fixed with upgraded chip. You want it, yes?
No thank you.
I'll think about it.
Clinic is very busy, but if you want something else, we will service you. You're very welcome, sir.
Mr. Jensen, right? I am not mistaken. You are Mr. Jensen, right?
That depends. Who's asking?
I am sorry, Mr. Jensen. I am being impolite. My name is Wing Hui. I am a doctor here.
I can see that. What I really meant to ask is, how do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Excuse me, for I am a bit nervous. Bell Tower agents were here a while ago, looking for a man who fits your description. When I heard what they were saying of you, it occurred to me that you might be exactly the person I need.
Are you trying to blackmail me, Doc?
No, of course not. I assure you, Mr. Jensen, no one in this clinic would dare to turn you over to the police. Lim has very strict rules about patient confidentiality, especially if those patients belong to our partnership program.
Glad to hear it. So what's this all about then?
I'm afraid I won't be able to go into very much details. Not before I know you are really willing to help. But I need someone to help me to stop a very dangerous augmented soldier, and possibly his squad mates. If everything Bell Tower said of you is true, then you would seem the good fit for this job.
Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me more.
Thank you. Now please, Understand that I am to give you sensitive information on multiple parties.
Should I be courteous or facetious? What a choice. Sarcastic or polite? I mean, this guy hasn't done me wrong so far, and he's been very polite with me, so I'm going to be polite to him.
I understand, Doc. You can count on my discretion.
I appreciate it, Mr. Jensen. Obviously, you are familiar with Bell Tower and the role they have in this city. What you may not be familiar with, however, is the fact that sometimes they contract limb doctors like myself to work in private clinics on special projects.
What kind of special projects?
What you Americans call black operations. Bell Tower selects some of their best soldiers and make them to be super augmented with experimental, top-secret hardware.
Not to sound too jaded, Doc, but none of that comes as a big surprise. Stuff like that's been going on for years.
Yes. Your government and mine have both been guilty of this practice, I am sure. But Bell Tower is not a government. They are a private corporation. A private army on sale to the highest bidder.
Is this about stopping Bell Tower, then? Because as much as I might hate them right now, I'm only one man.
No. It is not all of Bell Tower I need help with. It is just one of their covert operatives, a man named Michael Zelazny. He was implanted with experimental hardware, and to an extent that is way beyond legal regulations. I am ashamed to say I have operated on him myself, and he has been used in countless secret operations for the Chinese and others.
Sounds like the type of man you don't want to see going out of control.
Precisely. Yet, about a month ago, I have heard rumors that Mr. Zelazny and part of his unit had gone rogue. And 2 weeks later, a city official was killed in a perfectly staged operation. I am certain it was them. And then, a few days ago, Mr. Zelazny contacted me himself. He needed urgent help with one of his squad mates' augmentations.
I take it you said you would help.
They sent me to the back store of a meat shop near Pandang Road, in the Yutzao district. There, I performed emergency repairs on one of the agent's augs, a servo replacement. I believe this back store is their hideout, Mr. Jensen. You must go there and make Mr. Zelazny hear reason.
I'll do what I can.
I am sure you are up to the task. Mr. Zelazny is a soldier, not a maniac. Your unique situation will no doubt resonate with him. And if things do turn sour and he must be terminated, I think you are quite a good candidate to get it done. Or at least survive.
Alrighty then. We're going to be helpful today. And there's only like a few side quests to really do here.
Returning to tonight's biggest story.
Maybe if some of those people had lost an arm in the work accident like Candy, they wouldn't be so quick to criticize.
I know. But if they haven't lived it, it's easy for people to judge you and say, oh, you only want an augmented arm to get an advantage in life.
Well, they should understand some people need arms to live a normal life. Chan would probably be on the street jobless without his cyber arm.
I just hope Lim won't have a problem fixing that glitch he's been experiencing.
And that is actually a very good point as to why the idea of limiting human prosthetics and human augmentation development is a bad idea. Some people are going to need advanced prosthetics. Chan had to get a cyber arm to continue living his life. It's not a bad thing. That's just how life goes.
Mr. Jensen, Hugh Darrow here. Please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Meng Yao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
You see what I got? Bye-bye. I see you soon.
Let's see, I'll deal with a matter of discretion in a moment, since it's closer.
Access granted.
Best? Yeah, anyway.
There's a special PEPS cannon that I'm waiting for. At the rate we're going, I think we might be finished up by next Tuesday, especially if I stream more on Sunday. Yeah, I think I'm going to start streaming on Sundays more often.
Let's hope he's as good as they say. Mr. Jensen, right? Thank you for your time. I am Meng Yao, an associate of Mr. Darrow's. I'm in charge of one of his divisions here in Hengsha. You come highly recommended.
Really?
Your boss described you as a most precious asset. Apparently, you are very efficient and always get the job done. We could definitely use a man like you for this operation.
Let's hope his confidence is well placed then.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Mr. Darrow doesn't trust just anyone. We need you to help us stop a group of terrorists who are threatening the Panchaea project. It is not an easy task. Are you sure you are up to it?
Okay, I'll help out.
Excellent. Here's the situation. It has come to our attention that these terrorists possess highly classified proprietary information about Panchaea. We've been able to convince them to sell it to one of our agents, a man named Lo Fei. The meeting is supposed to take place near the Alice Garden pods in the Daigong district.
And you want me to crash this meeting?
Actually, there will not be a meeting. We are sending you alone to ensure Mr. Fei's safety. The terrorists will not be expecting that, and will have the information with them on a data chip. You have to neutralize all of the sellers and retrieve the chip so you can bring it to me.
I don't get it. If Fei set up the meeting, why risk sending me in his stead? Why doesn't he or even some of your other agents drop in on the sellers and take the chip?
Because Mr. Darrow wants an absolute guarantee that there will be no casualties. We will not play by their rules. We want them arrested and questioned, then properly prosecuted and sentenced. This will require stealth and efficiency. That's why a man with your particular skills will be indispensable.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. wrong way. Yes. I always like arcologies in Cyberpunk because I like the idea of a completely constructed city, completely artificial landmass.
Rumor has it that Little Darrow is going to host a social surprise event.
You want best in the city? You come to right place. Look on computer and see for yourself.
Don't need that, 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 don't need that. I'll take these, though.
Thank you. Come again.
Hold on, I'll be right back. No, 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 no. Alright, I'm back. Dogs keep bugging me. Yeah. But yeah, dogs keep bugging me over stuff, and every time I take them outside, they don't do anything.
Hey, I know you. You're the one Bell Tower is looking for. I seen your picture.
You got the wrong guy.
What's it worth to you for me to think so? Be a simple thing for me to yell out. Maybe a few credits keep my mouth shut, huh?
How about I find some other way to keep it shut? Permanently.
That won't be necessary. I see now that you're much taller than the man they're looking for.
I thought you might see things that way. Now move it.
Seriously, what was that guy thinking, trying to intimidate Adam fucking Jensen? Jensen's like over 6 feet tall, and he's well over 200 pounds from just all the augs he's got in his system.
Ma'am, have you seen a head of domestic White House?
Prepare to die! Show yourself! Come out, and we'll finish this!
Good, he's still breathing. He fell face first into the muck, but, he's not dead. That's the important part.
I... Fortune and glory to you.
That's why we have to create a covert host.
This has nothing to do with you. Keep moving. Back away, sir.
Let's see. Down below. Safe spawn in the sewers.
Access granted.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember where in the sewers. Northern. Right. Now I remember. There we go. Okay.
They send you?
If you're talking about your former buddies at Bell Tower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute. You're Jensen, right? I heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
Yeah, it seems no matter how many of their friends I send back in body bags, they just don't get the message.
For the sin of their mouths, the words of their lips, let them be trapped in their pride.
You've dropped the Merc gig to become a man of the cloth?
Hardly. I just have an interest in theology. And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
That I am.
Then perhaps you should reconsider. There are many of us, and only one of you. At this moment, my men and I have no quarrel with you. So you don't have to die for a war that isn't yours.
I said I was here to stop you, not fight you. A friend of yours sent me to convince you to turn yourself in.
Let me guess. Dr. Wing, right? He's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do what he thinks is right. But he doesn't quite grasp the whole picture here.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Okay, so you didn't agree with your boss. Doesn't mean you have a right to go about killing people. Just because you feel like it. I won't let you.
What makes you think you could stop me? You might hurt some of us, but in the end, my men and I will win. If you make us fight.
Fair enough. But you still haven't answered my question. And what do you mean when you say you no longer share your employer's view?
Back in the US, when I first got into the army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the US anymore, you work for Bell Tower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The US military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Bell Tower. I believe that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Bell Tower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never hear about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later, seeing as my unit was one of the most successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the US government. But there was a price to pay.
Go on.
We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain. Basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions. Make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Bell Tower turned us into the perfect mercs.
I'm not sure I buy this. And even if it is true, none of it justifies what you've done. So do the right thing and turn yourself in before you cause more chaos.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jensen. I respect you for coming here and doing what you think is right. But you gotta understand I'm trying to do the same thing.
Then it looks like you leave me no choice. Let's get this over with.
Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed.
Go, let's go, go, go! Over there! Hold it! I've got you now! Stay down!
There we go. He won't... that way he won't drown. And, even better... Now, I could have just tossed it. I could have avoided just talking to them completely and just tossed a gas grenade right at their feet. But gas grenades are useful, and I want to save things for later. You guys weren't even anywhere near that. How did you... Yeah.
Back away, sir. This is none of your business.
Elizabeth Duclair, spokeswoman for the WHO, confirmed that the cause of the disruption...
So? You have found Zelazny? I cannot stress enough the importance of this task, Mr. Jensen.
I found him.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been able to make him understand reason? Will he turn himself in?
Unfortunately, no. I had to take him and his teammates down.
It is a sad conclusion, but one that does not come as a surprise. I still believe you did a good thing, Mr. Jensen. Here is a praxis kit. It's all I have.
It is more than enough. Dr. Wing, you're a decent individual.
哎，怎么回事嘛？为什么我们还在这里没有动啊？
Fuck, I forgot I was gonna buy some shit, but I'll deal with that shortly after. I was gonna buy some pro energy and some hypostims.
Everything you want, right here. Yeah, I will be right here.
You must get that chip back, Mr. Jensen.
I got the chip. The sellers are out cold.
Excellent work. Seems Mr. Darrow was right to trust you. We will send people to take care of the terrorists. Could I see the chip?
Here you go.
Ah, perfect. You don't know what this means, Mr. Jensen. Your help has been invaluable. Thank you. Even though this was a favor for Mr. Darrow, he believes you should be duly rewarded. Here is a payment in credits. I'm sure Mr. Darrow will wish to congratulate you himself. Expect to hear from him soon.
It seems David has a flair for choosing his people, Mr. Jensen. You have done me a great service today.
Glad I could help. I just wish I knew what this was all about.
You never know, Mr. Jensen. One day, you just might.
Let's see, I've got 2 more praxis. What do I upgrade? Actually, I'm gonna upgrade my ability to sprint because, goddamn. Oh, that's so much better. Being able to actually sprint for longer distances does wonders for covering. Well, everything. When a game gives you an option to sprint, why aren't you just sprinting everywhere?
Should be here. And electrostatic disturbances have been flooding in from the valley. Elizabeth Duclair.
You hear?
I'll think about it.
Clinic is very busy, but if you want something else, we will service you. You're very welcome, sir.
Alright, side quest done. Time to move on.
哎，怎么回事嘛？为什么我们的孩子个体没有错嘛？滴水之恩。
Hello? Who's there?
Yeah.
Access granted.
Huh. Usually there's something down here.
Access granted.
That's far enough, Guaylo.
Why do you growl like a dog?
Tongue.
You disappoint me, Jensen. I thought we were friends. Then my hacker goes missing. You break into my place of business, and you don't even have the manners to knock when you enter a room. A lot of bell tower heavies looking for you. Any reason I don't just turn you over?
Yeah. Vasily Savchenko.
Never touch that stuff.
You're wearing his arm. GPL device inside it. Let me straight to you.
Scavenged tech. Get you every time. Wrong woman, don't do that here. Sorry to say, the man I got this from wasn't in a position to complain. Bell Tower gave us his corpse a few weeks ago.
Bell Tower? Not Tai Young?
Tai Young's not the one grabbing people off my streets then giving me choice arg, so I close my eyes.
Savchenko had 4 other scientists with him.
I'm not wearing any of them. So maybe they're still alive, and maybe I help you out with this.
Go on.
I've got a pretty good idea where Bell Tower's been dragging people. Problem is, bastard's got my son. And he gets a bullet if I step out of line. See where I'm going with this?
Where's he being held?
One of my harvester boys will tell you all about it. Meet him in the sewers near the Alice Garden pods. Then, when you free my boy, come back and we talk some more.
I can hardly wait.
I'm just gonna take your credit chip. Ugh, laser rifle, don't need that. I've never once beaten the game with any of the larger weapons. I used to run with the plasma rifle when it shows up, but honestly, it's not exactly very practical. It's a lot of work. Let's see. Tracer Tong.
Oh, yeah. Now, before that little rock and roll break, I was talking about some serious shit. So I'd like to keep going. Except it follows.
Found their route blocked by supporters of the Humanity Front movement. The pro-human organization has...
Honestly, rundown underground parking lot. Pretty fantastic location for a hideout. Like, yeah, I can see this kind of shit being good for hideouts in any cyberpunk setting. Alright, no more, no more ammo upgrades for any of my weapons. Yeah, only a few more things left to do, and then I think I'll call it for the day. We're making very good progress.
You one of Tong's boys?
No. I just like hanging out in the sewers because they smell better than what I eat for breakfast. Any other stupid questions?
Not yet. But if I come up with one, I'll be sure to ask. Where's the kid?
We thought he was in the upper city, holed up nice and tight inside the bell tower compound. But as it turned out, the fox got nervous. Didn't like the look of Tong's flex stick, so they moved his son someplace safer.
What could be safer than inside bell tower headquarters?
You're about to find out, Migrant. They're holding him just around that corner in the basement of an old noodle factory. Won't be easy getting him out either, because the men guarding him aren't your typical bell tower police. These are warriors, specially trained, heavily augmented.
I have a feeling I may have met them before. If that's the case, you got an escape plan?
You are the escape plan, my friend. Didn't Tong tell you? If Bell Tower finds out anyone else is involved, things are going to get very ugly in Lower Hengsha.
So Tong's willing to risk his kid's life on one man's abilities?
Not necessarily. When you get to Tong's son, give him this. He'll know what to do with it. Now get going. Wouldn't want you to miss your next ride.
Let's see. Corporate passport.
Access granted.
Heard that. Come out!
I can hack this, no problem.
Access.
You Tom's kid.
So my mother keeps telling me. But you are neither bell tower nor Chinese. Am I to assume my honored father is covering his back by sending you in to spring me instead of his harvesters?
Wise assumption. Let's get out of here.
I don't think so. Last time I checked, Bell Tower had a lot of firepower out there. You may have been able to slip past them with ease, but I'm thinking it's safer in here. No offense, American.
None taken. I wasn't crazy about the odds myself, but when I questioned it, I was told to give you this.
Well, well. Way to go, Father. This changes everything. Assuming they reassembled it correctly. You ready to go?
I feel a lot more confident about things if I knew what the device was and exactly what you intend to do with it.
You mean they didn't tell you? Not surprising, I suppose, given how much Father enjoys his little secrets. I assume you've noticed how his harvesters like to repurpose existing technology?
If you mean steal it from other people and sell it to new customers, then yeah, I noticed.
Not necessarily a practice I approve of, but not everything gets resold. Sometimes it is taken apart and reassembled into something more useful. A handheld version, for instance, that doesn't need to be implanted in the human body to work.
You're still not telling me what that thing is.
Easier if I just show you. So, shall we leave?
Tell me something first. How the hell was Bell Tower able to nab you?
Whatever do you mean?
Come on, kid. I may not be 100% up on the triads, but I'm betting your dad's not far from becoming a dragon head. I find it highly unlikely that the local authorities could just waltz in and take off with his son.
Under normal circumstances, you would be right. But in this case, I'm the one who waltzed over to them.
You volunteered to be kidnapped? Why?
Let's just say, my father and I do not share the same love of augmentations. I find them dangerous and not something our family should be putting so much trust in. But father expects me to... how do you say it? Follow in his footprints? So a change of scenery is required.
I'm not following you.
Tong Si-hung would never willingly allow his only son to leave his side. I needed a way to convince him that I had to leave Hengsha immediately.
So you orchestrated the kidnapping. You're playing with fire, kid. By pitting the triads against Bell Tower, you've put the entire population of Lower Hengsha at risk.
That may be true. But you are here to rescue me, aren't you? So my plan seems to be working this far.
Right. And sometimes the more power you think you have, the more quickly it slips from your grasp.
I will try to remember that, American. Are you ready to go now?
Alright, let's get going.
Yeah, but stick close. Your father and I have some unfinished business to take care of, and it all goes to shit if I don't get you back to him in one piece.
Don't worry about that. I'll make sure father sticks to his promise. Maybe even get him to throw in a little extra. But as grateful as I am for your assistance, from here on in, it's every man for himself. See you later.
Nice to see you, Tracer Tom. Holy shit. Not that way. Found the break room. Alright, only one area left. Yeah, at the rate I'm going, I think we should be all done by next Tuesday. Especially because there's only, like, really 2 major things left. Did I go the right way? I think I'm going the right way. There we go. This is the right way.
You have talent, Jensen. You ever need a job, you tell me. I'll hook you up.
I take it the kid made it back in one piece?
He says I owe you a weapon. I always repay my debts. With interest.
I'll settle for you telling me what you know.
Bell Tower keeps 2 ships in port. They think nobody notices, but I keep an eye. Every couple of days, one of them loads up in the middle of the night and sails out.
Heading where?
A wise man doesn't ask. I just know the Heisan Su pulls out tonight. And where she make port, I bet you find your scientists.
That's a whole lot of maybe, Tong.
True. But maybe you lucky more times than I can count.
Bell Tower runs tight security. How do you expect me to get on their ship?
One of my boys will leave a package inside a locker for you in an equipment shed. You find it, we talk. And I tell you what to do next.
I'll be waiting with bated breath, I'm sure.
Ah, boy. And the only one not debilitated from that is Tong, of course. Yeah, knowing what I know. Why are you guys all wearing those dumb hats?
You buy or sell. I do it all. Look at a computer and see for yourself.
Sell. Oh, the shotgun. Yeah. Yep.
Bye-bye. I see you soon.
But my only criticism of the Hangsha ecology is that. Could you imagine the structural engineering it would take to make that thing work and not fall over onto itself?
You sure could teach my boys some tricks, Jensen.
Tong? How did you get this frequency?
Ancient Chinese secret. Now listen. You're going to plant that package in Administrator Wang's office. Put it on the bastard's desk and trigger it. Sound good?
Sounds like I'm doing you a favor. How does it help me?
The explosion should distract the guards. Then you hop in a cargo pod and off you go. But you only got one shot. No turning back once you trigger that thing, you get me?
I got you. At least set it if I'm ready to go.
If anyone's here, come out now! Shit. I'm just freaking myself out. There's nothing here.
Oops.
Hello? I heard you.
Sure, I'm getting less experience points this way, but it's way faster and way better for me in that ghost bonus.
David Sarif be wary of China? Interesting question. My instant reaction is, of course, he should. Everyone should be wary of China. They've been moving in on everything American in the past 25 years, especially since that Dragon Queen Zhao took over TYM. Sounds like someone running.
Hello? I heard you.
Let's go.
Shit! So that distraction wasn't just for me, was it, Tom? Richard, I'm going off the grid for a while. Not sure how long.
Why? What are you up to, Jensen?
Following a lead.
And where exactly is this lead taking you?
You there! Get that cargo, clear the fire! We're pulling out now! Load and secure those pods!
Answer me, Jensen. Where are you going?
Hell if I know, Pritchard. Hell if I know.
here, I'm afraid. Though I admit I'm curious who she might be. Who are you? And what are you doing on my ship?
Bell Tower keeps 2 ships in port. You're going to plant that package in Administrator Wang's office. Then you hop in a cargo pod and off you go. And where she make port, I bet you find your scientists.
You're the cruise director? Because I've got a complaint.
You think you're funny, do you? Well, let's see how funny you feel after Lieutenant Keitner gets through with you. Lieutenant?
It's useless to resist. This chair has a built-in EMP field generator. Your augs are nothing but dead metal right now.
Is that so?
No doubt they will have reset to Factory Zero. You need a limb clinic.
You can't have it both ways, you know. You can't play the good cop when you've been playing the bad cop.
You think you're clever, don't you? But this ship is heading to a bell tower naval base, a military facility for the confinement and interrogation of unprivileged belligerents. And when we get there, we're going to take you apart.
Unprivileged belligerents. I can't wait to see how that looks on my resume.
Keep laughing, funny man, because in my experience, comedians always break first. Still, when they found you in that cargo container, you did manage to take out a number of highly trained men. Tell me something, Hotshot. Do you enjoy taking people's lives?
Not if I'm given the choice.
Oh, but you had a choice when you decided to blow up our port.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Like hell you don't. We may not know who you are, yet, but Burke's running your profile as we speak. High-grade combat spec augmentations, built to be somewhat unnoticeable so you blend in with the civs. Someone spent an awful lot of money creating you.
Lucky me.
So I guess the real question is, are you a terrorist? Or some kind of corporate thief?
Would you be happier if I told you that I'm neither?
You have absolutely no idea of the shit you're in, do you? Rifleman Bank Station is a black site. It's off the grid. No one will come and rescue you. No one even knows where it is. You'll be dropped into a deep, dark hole and never see the light of day again. Stew on that for a while, tough guy. Commander Burke and I are returning to the base. Keep a close eye on him. You've secured his gear?
Yes, sir. Locked in one of the rooms upstairs, sir.
Good. And you have your orders.
Pritchard. Are you there? Pritchard? Damn it.
Alrighty then. Oh wow, I can only hold up to 99 saves on this. But that's all for today. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for watching, and we'll hopefully continue on Sunday and get through the Missing Link DLC. And after that, hopefully Tuesday will be the end of our little adventure here with Adam Jensen and Human Revolution. So, thank you all again, and I'll see you sometime in the future.